The Call of the Wild. Dog Buck did not know that thousands of people rushed to the north. These people wanted to find gold. They needed large dogs with strong muscles and long fur. Only these dogs could do such hard work in the Northland. Buck lived at Judge Miller's big house in the sunny Santa Clara Valley. There were many different trees around the house. There were also big stables, cottages for servants, green fields for animals, big gardens, and berry bushes. Then there was an artesian well, and a big tank where Judge Miller's boys swam in the hot afternoon. Buck was a 4-year-old dog. He was not the only dog at Judge Miller's house. There were other dogs. Buck did not pay any attention to these house dogs. The whole house belonged to Buck. He swam in the swimming tank with the boys or went hunting with the judge's sons. He followed the judge's daughters on long twilight or early morning walks. On cold nights he lay at the judge's feet before the hot library fire. Buck loved Judge Miller. Buck was a proud dog. He was the king over all animals and men at Judge Miller's house. Buck's father, Elmo, was a big street Bernard. He was the judge's best companion. His mother, Shep, was a Scotch Shepherd dog. Buck was not a large dog. He weighed only 140 pounds. He had a good life and was very respectful. That is why he acted like an aristocrat. His actions were very royal, but he was not a spoiled dog. This was how Buck lived in the fall of 1897. Then there was the Klondike strike. People all over the world rushed into the Northland. Buck did not know that Manuel, one of the gardener's helpers, loved to play the lottery. Manuel needed money to play the lottery and he decided to sell Buck. Manuel and Buck went away through the gardens. Nobody saw them. Manuel and Buck went to the flag station known as College Park. Buck did not notice that something was wrong. He thought it was just a walk. Then Manuel talked to a stranger. Later some money passed between them. Then Manuel tied a rope around Buck's neck. Buck was surprised. He tried to attack the stranger. But he could not do this because of the rope around his neck. People were never so cruel with Buck in all his life. Buck was very angry. The stranger tied the rope more tightly around his neck. Then he put him into a crate. Buck could not understand anything. What did they want from him? Why did they keep him in this crate? He could not find any answers to these questions. During the night he jumped to his feet. He still hoped to see the judge. But he saw only the face of the saloon keeper. In the morning 4 men came and took Buck in the crate. They laughed at him loudly. Buck could not hold in his anger. Later his crate began to pass from hand to hand. Then there was a wagon, truck, steamer, and an express car. Buck stayed in the crate without food and water for 2 days and nights. He was tired and very hungry. The train came to Seattle. 4 men carried the crate from the wagon into a small backyard. Some man in a red sweater took Buck in the crate. The man in the red sweater brought a club. He smiled cruelly. He wanted to let Buck out of the crate. The 4 men were ready to watch the performance. "Now you, devil with red eyes," said the man in the red sweater. And Buck was really a devil with red eyes. Buck jumped straight at the man with the club. Buck wanted to bite the man. But the man in the red sweater struck him with the club. Buck did not understand anything. Buck tried to attack again several times, with the same result. Buck fell on the ground. The blood flowed from his nose, mouth and ears. His strength left him. "His name is Buck," said one of the 4 men. "Well, Buck, my boy. We had a little noise here. You learned your place, and I know mine. Be a good dog, and I will give you some food." "Understand," said the man in the red sweater. Then the man gave Buck water and food. He drank and ate from the man's hand. But Buck's spirit was not broken. He learned the lesson and he never forgot it. After a few days, other dogs came in crates. These dogs came with ropes on their necks. There was the same performance. They all obeyed the man with the club. Sometimes some strangers came in the backyard. They talked to the man in the red sweater and took 1 or 2 dogs. Buck had no idea why they took the dogs and where they went. He had a strong fear of the future. Buck was always glad when these strangers did not take him. Once Buck saw a stranger. He spoke broken English. The stranger asked the man in the red sweater what Buck's price was. 300 Perot, was the quick answer of the man in the red sweater. Perot smiled. The dog's price was too high. But it was the right price for such a good animal. Perot knew dogs very well. He looked at Buck attentively. He had no doubts that he was a unique dog. 1 in 10,000, said Perot. Some money passed between them. Perot took Buck's crate. Buck saw the man in the red sweater and the warm Southland for the last time. Later Buck saw Perot's partner. His name was Francois. Buck never met a man like him before. Then he learned that Perot and Francois were good men. They knew justice and acted very carefully with their dogs. Buck was on a ship with his owners. There were also other dogs. These dogs always stole food cunningly. Buck tried to protect his food. He wanted to be alone. One day was very like the others. The weather became cold. Every dog on the ship noticed the change of temperature. Once the ship stopped, Francois tied the dogs and put them on the ground. With his first step on the ground, Buck felt something white and cold. This stuff was falling through the air. Buck tried to lick it. This white stuff had a watery taste. He was very surprised. Buck saw the snow for the first time.